Yes, sir. Here we are. It is the Royal Bosses Podcast. I am your host, D. Davis, owner of Dwayne Davis Career Consulting, who sponsors this podcast. It's being brought to you by Dwayne Davis Career Consulting, LLC. Get your head in the game. You need a coach in life. Dwayne Davis Career Consulting is the career coach that you need. Yo, I know as y'all looking, we got a special guest on with us. I can't even call her a special guest. I'm gonna start calling all my guests part of the royal family. That's what it is. We royal family up in here. This young lady right here, we go back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. We done been through some things in life. Just a truly inspirational person. Let me go down the resume right quick. One is the owner of Diva, Demeanor, owner of the SoulWork collection, author, dancer, all about women empowerment, community activist. She got too many titles. She got almost as more titles as I do. And she's a new mother. So y'all make some noise for my fam, Miss Jasmine Woodson in the building.
What's up?
Yeah. So again, you are the first guest that we haven't on the show, part of the royal fam. So it's only right that I had to get you on this mug. Seeing as all the list of your accomplishments, and this show is about showing love to people that inspire me and people that's really out here in these streets and really grinding it out. So first off, man, why don't you give a little background of yourself and what you do for all the folks paying attention right now?
It is so hard to do a background because I'm like, you mean professionally or like community service or like what? So I'll just say I graduated from college with wanting to go into social work. I wanted to be in the community. I wanted to use hip hop and I wanted to impact like teens, families, things like that. I didn't know how it was going to work. I just know I wanted to do it. So I did it. I did it for a long time. And we did a lot of mentoring. We did a lot of community outreach, a lot of creating different small groups, all of that. Most of my jobs did go into that. So I also was a social services director at a low-income apartment complex. So I ran a community center and all the just everything that came along with it. Basically, you come into my office with a problem, I will solve it. You know what I'm saying? I will help. And, creating programs, creating events there. After that, I was a social worker in the medical field in a nursing home. And part-time, I was a professional dancer, which was super fun. And right after that, I was teaching dance in preschools. And I was still, doing Diva Demeanor, the nonprofit that I founded. I was still, working with female hip hop artists. I'm using that, merging it with, therapy, with community outreach, all of that. And then I became a mom recently. My baby just turned 10 months old.
Nephew.
And so right now what I'm doing, I am working from home. I decided, I was like, you know what, I cannot go back to work. I really want to be 100% with my son. So I'm doing virtual assistant work. During that time, I also founded the SoulWork collection, which is, spiritual candles, incense, all of that. Everything just pretty much goes together. It seems like it's a lot, but everything is like, it all comes from the same heart. It all comes from the same vision. So
like I said, she got a resume just long as mine, man.
And I'm in school again for my doctorate.
Yeah, I forgot you was doing that.
Yeah, I'm getting my PhD.
Oh, I forgot you was doing that, especially after last time you said you was done.
I know. When I got my bachelor's, I was like, I'm done. I'm never writing another paper again. Then I decided to get my master's, and then I was really done. And then I was like, never mind, I'm going to go back.
I remember the day that you told me you were done. I was at work at the hotel. I was doing my rounds on the phone with you, and you told me you were done. And we like almost cried on the phone. So you're back.
I don't know if that's a Black woman thing. We're like, let's go get another degree.
More power to you, because it sure wasn't for me. You got way more than I got. I'm
Had the baby right here, nursing the baby, typing the paper at the same time.
for
Yeah, all
real.
that.
Hey, you be getting me though with them pictures and the videos of you and nephew out there. I'm just like, yo, how do y'all do it? So since we own that subject, how's motherhood?
It honestly, I'll say this. I used to hear like all the R&B songs about like, I'll give anything for you, I'll do anything for you, like that kind of thing. And I used to always be like, I don't know about all that. But since having a baby, it's like, I completely understand. Like I literally would do anything for him. The love is like so deep. And it's new, you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole nother level of love. And also it is, I don't want to say difficult because everybody's like, oh, it's so hard. It's not really difficult. It's just really, it will push you, you know, to a whole nother level. It's really trying. And you do everything with no sleep.
That you definitely do. That you definitely do. And he is a mover. I see it's a curious little something.
In everything.
And hungry with that big old head.
Everything. Eat everything in everything. Yes.
So what advice would you give to the new mothers, or, you know, say somebody that wants to become a mother that may be struggling? What's your advice? Talk to those ladies right now, because you know me, I always got a woman audience around me somehow.
Yes.
So talk to these ladies, man.
I would say if you want a child right now, I would say really prepare. And everybody's like, oh, prepare financially. It's not even about that, to be honest. I would say really get a good community. That you know is going to have your back. I mean, whenever you need like help watching him, whenever you need advice, whenever you need to just cry and vent, whenever you need a break, whenever maybe you need somebody to cook you a meal one day, like you're going to need that kind of stuff around you, those kind of people around you, like non-judgmental, just want to help out, genuinely love your kid. And as far as financially too, I mean, you can start investing now, you know, to prepare. I mean, it's never too early to start investing.
Facts.
Just let that money stack, let it grow for your kid. You're really gonna want to lay that foundation. I would say start, you know, this is just me. Get a doula, get midwives, do whatever you got to do. Like, even if you're going to have a hospital birth, like they are going to be your support. They're going to help you so much. They're going to advocate for you. They're going to make sure your birth goes well, because these doctors do not care about you. And I'm just going to put it out there like that. Most of them, the medical system is not set up for us, you know, so you really going to want somebody on your team.
So talk, what is a doula, midwife, all that? Because I'm a man. All I know is how much here. That's what I know.
There you go. So the midwives, the midwives are basically, they're like the doctor. They're the medical part. They're going to deal with, you know, all your checkups, making sure everything's okay with the baby, listen to the heartbeat. They're going to be there they're going to be the ones that actually deliver the baby. You can go that route. And the doula is really emotional support. So while you're in labor, like even before, like you're going to have meetings with her before. She's going to be helping you out with anything emotional that's going on, preventing postpartum, all that kind of stuff. During labor, she's right there with you, helping you out, talking you through it, helping you with breath work. They help you prepare for labor, and then they're right there during as well.
Ain't that what Erykah Badu is?
Erykah Badu. I wanted her to be my doula.
Right? Hey, I'm with you on that one. I wouldn't mind having Erykah Badu in my corner neither.
I bet you wouldn't.
Hey, if you're watching this, Miss Badu, Queen Badu, you know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. Hey, you know.
She in Dallas, right?
Yes, she is in Dallas. I actually remember, I ain't gonna tell this story. But I met her before. Yeah, doing some other stuff, some stupid stuff. I was doing some stupid stuff, not her. Queen, you are perfect.
You're like Queen.
Queen, you are perfect. Bow down. You can drive me crazy like you did Common in 3K all day. I'm with it. Holla at your boy. I will change my stance on marriage for you. Oh, no. Anyways, but yeah. Okay, so keeping it rolling with it. Let's talk on the motherhood tip. How's things with the back end of it, of dealing with the father?
Everything is good. It's honestly, it's a huge transition. Huge transition. I mean, I know people would say it, but I guess I didn't really believe it, but it changes the entire dynamics of your relationship, because now 99.9% of your energy is, to the baby.
Right.
So it does take a lot of communication to like really navigate through everything. But yeah, that's all I can really say. I mean, it completely changes everything you didn't think it would, because like all your energy is gone. All your time is gone. It's no longer like, oh, let's go to the bar real quick. Oh, let's go out to eat. Oh, let's do this. It's like, oh, I got a baby. So
how important is it that the mother and father, the parents, actually talk about that type of stuff, before actually having a kid?
Yes, definitely. I feel like it's way important. It could be a make or break, to be honest. It really could be a make or break. So I think that those topics really should come up like in an honest way, and like a plan should be made. It's like, okay, when this happens, this is what we're gonna do, or like go ahead and plan like, okay, once a month we're going on a date, or
Date night.
have some kind of plan.
Right. Date night. I'm definitely with that one. I definitely tried doing that during my my time in lockdown. For the listeners that pay paying attention, when I say lockdown, I'm talking about my marriage while I was married. So that's gonna take us to the next thing, because that's one of the things that me and Jasmine have both been through. At the same time, I don't know why we always end up going through stuff at the same time, but we do. We've done this for a while. We've been rocking for 10 years now, and yeah, we tend to go through a lot of things in life at the same time. We got married
around the same
time. I got married in 2014, and then we got divorced around the same time. So we gonna talk that married life. It's that the real gonna come out, and hopefully neither one of our exes are watching this show, because if I end up talking shit, oh well, I don't care. All right. So how was that life, man? What was it that made you, prior to marriage, say, I want to get married?
Honestly, that was my first like real relationship. And so how do I put this? What it really was the Christian community. We were a part of this church. We were a part of
talk about it.
And it was a lot of pressure on you. Like once you get into a relationship, they're like, you need to get married, you need to get married, you need to get married. And they kind of like push this narrative that once you get married, everything is glorious and God is going to really bless you, and your purpose isn't going to really take off until you're married, and all of that. And not only that, but it's like, you're not supposed to have sex until you're married. So y'all want to go ahead and get married right now, or you're going to be sinning and God is going to hate you and you going to hell. It was like all this pressure on you. It was kind of like you were in a place where everybody was getting married. Yeah, everybody was getting married because everybody's getting married super young. And for me, I feel like I don't regret anything, because it's part of your story. You learn, you grow. But I really was very, very young. And I don't even think it has to do with age. It has to do with experience. Like, I feel like I didn't really know who I was yet. I didn't really know my place in the world yet. I was still like kind of navigating. And not only that, it was a lot of stuff that I never really explored. And marriage kind of keeps you in this, to me, what it felt like, I don't know, there's many types of marriages, but for me, what it felt like, it was almost like a box. You have to be like this cookie cutter, submissive, quiet, perfect wife.
Right.
Oh, he's crying. He just woke up. Let me get my baby.
Oh, I hear him. Hey, y'all see, we got another guest on the show. We got my nephew, my boy, Asir King. Asir in the building.
He woke up like, what is going on?
For real. What's going on, man? What's going on, my boy? We about to make you go viral. You about to help us go famous, for real. About to help us go viral. They just gonna see that face. Look at it. Like, I don't want to look over there.
He looking at the light.
I see her. Nephew. Hey, man.
Now he looking at stuff to grab on the table.
Right. Like, look, I don't want you, Uncle D. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to talk to you. All right, but yeah, so we talking church hurt and marriage stuff now.
So yeah, what was I saying? Basically, I did feel like I was kind of like in this box and I couldn't really like explore who I was and, you know, dive deep in that area. I like go out and do things that I, wanted to do. And so, yeah, that's really what it was. It was definitely church pressure that made me say, okay, this is what I need to do right now. And also I heard this before too. I don't remember the exact quote, but they were like, you don't want a relationship, you want to escape. You just want to get out your mama house. Like, that's what it is. And honestly, I mean, that was one of the things it was like this fantasy of, oh, you get to have your own house and y'all get to be together all the time. And it's like this sleepover all the time. Like, that's really what I thought. I was like, to be grown, to be an adult, that's what it is, and
so, I mean, you bringing up a good point, because I wonder how many women really think like that of, hey, this is a good escape to get away from home and prove that I'm an adult.
Yep.
Wow, I never even thought about it like that from a woman's point of view, because men, we ain't thinking like that. Men are not thinking, I'm trying to get away from mama, get away from, the house. We're looking at, I'm already on my own and I got to provide for a whole nother person and satisfy this other person and XYZ and put away my thottish ways. So I'm with you on that one, because they're definitely part of reason I got married was the church pressure.
Yeah.
It was definitely that church pressure of, I feel like God is saying this is the one. I am ready for this. I am moving up in my, at the time, Christian music career and becoming a youth pastor.
Wasn't that what the thing was? Like, all the Christian rappers, all the ministers, they all had to be married.
It did. Legitimately did. Like, I kid you not, during that time, I had, I think, 3 different churches actually approached me to be their youth pastor at the time. And most of them wanted someone who was married. It was almost a requirement. They did not care about me being in the community, me doing the Royal ISD, doing, the mentorship, hip hop, hope. They didn't care about none of that stuff. They're like, are you married?
But you know what's funny though? All these pastors that are married and are coming out with all these mistresses and all this kind of stuff, I'm like, obviously it don't matter if they're married or not.
Hey, as much dirt as I know about a whole lot of these Christian rappers and churches and pastors and stuff, I can't talk, man. I can't even see church the same no more. And that's actually part of why I don't even do traditional Christianity anymore, because I see and I know the background in the business of church, like even down to the sermon structure, like how they preach and all that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's this topic, you doing this and this style, and you know what I'm saying? Like, when you get
when you're in it for so long, you see it.
You see it and you know it. So it's like, it's hard to really focus and pay attention, because I'm like, yeah, that's game. I know what you're doing. You're not really talking the real message.
There's a nice blueprint.
Exactly. There's a blueprint to church and how things go, because at the end of the day, it's about getting money out their pockets. At the end of the day, it's about getting these people in your building, getting their money so you can pay your bills, you know what I'm saying, pay the pastor, pay your staff, whatever, but keep the building, the lights on in the building. They not being the church, actually being the people, going out, being a part of the community like we was doing back in them early days. It seemed like so long ago. So long ago. So folks don't understand, don't know, man. We go back, like I say, about 10 years or so, man. 2010, 2011, something like that. Back in our, I know, I know.
Everything's
Man,
all a blur.
it's been a long 10 years, but it's been a quick 10 years. Yeah. So we both used to be a part of this nonprofit organization called Eyes on Me Inc. in Houston, Texas, better known as Hip Hop Hope Missions. Um, I was a rapper at the time. You know, I'm old and partly retired. I keep saying I'm retired, but yet I keep doing stuff
Jay-Z.
somehow. You know, yeah, I'm Jay-Z and Black Album on the game. I just keep popping in and out when I want to, do what I do, and then disappear. Do like some Kanye West, pop in on social media, stir some drama, and then disappear. That's what I do. But back then, it was definitely heavy in the church, and saying, and our relationship with God. We connected at Hip Hop Hope. Actually, what was it? Your first one was Brookshire, right? When we
Yep.
was out there. Yeah.
And I
So
got thrown on stage my first time there.
yeah, we did. We definitely threw her on stage right off the bat. So I was the technical guy for Eyes on Me. So I ran the mission house that we had just started out in Brookshire. We originally started in Fifth Ward. So I used to pick up the kids literally in my little car every Tuesday in Fifth Ward, pick them boys up, take them back home, everything, man. Get to the venue, set up the event, then host the event if I needed to. If Trey 9 wasn't there, I'd run the audio, do all that stuff. I was doing all it. Then we took it out to Brookshire, and I did the same thing in Brookshire, but also I ran the mission house as well. And then Jazz comes in. I remember the day of, I think it was, Trey hit me, was like, yo, I met this dope young chick, man, that I'm going to have her speak. So find a space, cut some time out, whatever. I'm gonna have her jump on stage. Man, she's dope. She's doing the thing, college student, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. I had no idea who Jessie was.
And I had no idea I was, scheduled to speak. I just showed up thinking I was going to pass out hot dogs and like shake hands and stuff. He was like, you got a testimony, right? Get up on stage. What?
Oh, for sure. Trey was good about doing that. Trey was definitely good about doing that. And we definitely blindsided her. Like, he told me ahead of time, I got the mic ready, carved out a section, and we was like, now, do it now. Here you go. Get up on stage. Hey, but you killed it. You killed it. You did your thing. You represented well for yourself and for the women. I remember sitting back there at the sound booth and looking at you because you was dead nervous. I remember, I'm like, she is nervous like a mug, yes, but she is killing it. Killing it. So I remember looking and just being like, yo, she is something special. She is going to like really do something big in the world. So I gotta link up with this chick. And here we are, 10 years, whatever later, just, yeah, that's my fan.
On stage.
Oh, for sure. There you go. That's for you. Oh, now you looking. Now you looking. Oh, okay. There you go. I say something, then you turn your head. Okay, so along with Eyes on Me, Hip Hop Hope, all that also was a time that you was heavy on your dancing and your community involvement. So let's talk that life, that dance life.
Yeah. So what do you want to know? Well, I mean, I started off in college. I was teaching Zumba. Do people still do Zumba?
I have no idea. I haven't heard of Zumba in a long time.
But yeah, I was doing that and it was so much fun. After college, it was hard to get a job in my field right after college. So I was like, let me just, do this. Let me dance for a little bit. Do Zumba, teach classes, different places. After I stopped doing that, I don't think I danced anymore until I got so stressed out at that job and at the nursing home. I was like, I think it might have been my second week on the job, to be honest. And I was like, I cannot do this. I'm going to lose my mind. So I was like, I need to have some kind of outlet. I need something. And so I randomly looked up a dance studio to go take a class at that afternoon or that evening after I got off work. And when I got there, I had never done that style before, but I just really wanted to. I saw them on Roller Dance like the night before, and I was like, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go check them out. And then so when I got there, I took the class. I felt like I had no idea what I was doing. The owner was like, I want you on my team. I was like, excuse me. She was like, I'm going to train you. I know you never done this style before, but I know a dancer when I see a dancer. She's like, don't you want to make money dancing? Don't you want to be a professional dancer? I'm just like, I mean, yeah, I didn't think it was possible at this age, because usually you got to be like 18 years old, fresh out of high school, like going to LA, going to auditions.
Right.
And so, yeah, so I started dancing in. Yeah, so I started dancing and we basically did different gigs. We did like festivals, we did weddings, we did birthday parties. We did one time, the best one was a tour at the Arena Theater. That was super fun.
I'm trying to remember that show. I don't remember that one. I'm like, you done done a lot of shows.
I know I did a lot.
I'm trying to remember, you done done a lot of shows in this time, man. I'm trying to remember, because I remember you doing the tour. I remember that. I don't remember the Arena Theater though. Oh, now I remember.
With the fire in the back and all that.
Yeah. It's killing it. It was killing it. I remember seeing that and just being like a proud big brother for real, just like, damn, look at my fam doing it, yo, living the dream. Like, this is what she wanted to do. It was there. She was scared to do it. And now look at her. She took that leap of faith, man, jumped out there and making that shit happen. Yeah. It's not, that wasn't with, what was it, LD Dance Company? That was them, right? Yeah. I remember, because I definitely was looking at what's the dance leader name, lady girl name? Martin, what was her name?
You said the leader?
Yeah.
Lucia?
Yeah. I was definitely looking at her. I was definitely looking at pictures and videos like, hey, what's up? You know, let me slide in them DMs right quick. You know, definitely was doing that. But no, I decided to act right. I'm gonna act right. Okay. And then you was heavy in the community with us too. Heavy in the community. You was heavy in the community with us. I'm talking late at night, 11 o'clock. We going downtown.
Like where none of the women were.
Right. Hardcore with us on that side. I mean, like, honest, you was actually kind of the first bridge to kind of help us get that market of the women's side of things and connect. Because we was just some straight hip-hop street guys, you know, that turned church, you know, but still had our streetness with us, especially once Pirates joined in with us. Once the thoroughbreds joined in with us, it was a whole nother side of like, yeah, these cats is over here. You know, so you helped kind of soften that and bring a whole different side, but you will still accept it as the sis of the group, you know what I'm saying, the sis of the squad. So how was that being the woman, you know, amongst all these guys like this, you know, still a part, trying to be a part of your hip hop culture, but then at the same time, knowing a lot of these cats was not true in their motives.
Yeah, so it took me a while to figure that out. At first, it honestly was like exciting because like to me, it wasn't even about like being a woman or being whatever. To me, I was just really following my passions, like following my heart. Like in my heart, I wanted to be in the streets. I wanted to use hip hop. I wanted to, you know, do the outreaches. And in my close circle, the girls weren't doing it. The girls wanted to have like, oh, let's have Bible study together. Like, let's go get our nails done. Let's have a sleepover. I'm like, and the guys were always like, let's go out and do this. We're going to go spread the gospel over here. I'm like, man, my heart is like more lined up with them than with the girls, you know? And so that's honestly what it was. And then Trey, you know, he said the same thing. That's why he threw me up on stage. He was like, they need to see some women, you know, doing the same thing we're doing. And so at the beginning, that's honestly what it was. It was just me like tunnel vision, just this is just what I want to do. After a while, this whole social aspect of it, when you start really hanging out with people, it's not just like, oh, we're going on an outreach. When you start really hanging out with people, that's when everything kind of starts to get fuzzy.
It's changed the game.
Yeah. And I remember one outreach. It was like towards the end, we were like breaking down. One of the volunteers was like, which one of these guys, your baby daddy, or which one is your husband, or which one you dating? And I'm just like, none of them. I was like, none of them. You know, I'm here because I really have a purpose here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even in the Christian realm, they look at women like groupies, or like, you're only here because of a guy. And it's
because gospel groupies are real. Gospel groupies are real. We definitely, I had my fair share. Definitely. But okay. What show was that? What event was it?
It was at Yale Village. I remember it was at Yale Village.
Okay.
And I don't remember who was performing. I don't remember any of that, but yeah.
Okay, so that had to be around the time that I had like just left Eyes on Me. Because I had left, but I stuck around to do the food for Yale Village, to sponsor the food. Okay, I'm like, I don't remember that, y'all.
you know, I would have talked to you about it. Yeah.
Yo, you know, I would have easily. Hey, hold up, man. What's up? Don't be rolling up on my people like that. Yo. Oh wow. I mean, like I said, gospel groupies were definitely real. I mean that was
So what did you deal with gospel groupies? Let me know.
That was a big reason why. Part of why I stopped, you know, when I said I was retiring, because that was around the time that, you know, me and she who must not be named got married and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to say nobody's name on air. I don't want them to look at this and try to sue me or nothing, you know what I'm saying, or people to get all nosy. But if you know me, you know. But nah. So part of it was, I remember doing a bunch of shows, you know what I'm saying, lining up stuff. And you know me, I was always that man of the people. So I'm always taking pictures. I'm talking to everybody, hugs, love, you know what I'm saying, whoop-de-whoop, doing what I do. And I just remember like her having these crazy looks all the time, like mugging anytime I'm taking pictures with women. And I'm like, what's really going down? It's like, yo, they trying to get at you, bro. I'm not having it. I'm like, no, these are my fans. These are my people. I'm Mr. XOXO. No, this is no.
And that was the problem.
Exactly. Because them XOXO days was real. Like I used to pull women on stage, you know, to perform the song to them. Didn't care if their boyfriend was sitting right next to them or not. Come here, I'm performing this love song to you. I was the Christian LL Cool J. Yeah, that was me. LL Cool D. Ladies need D in their life, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. I never slept with anybody. Put it there. For people trying to look and judge, because I don't want nobody to blow this up in the comments. But then again, I kind of do. Go viral with it. You know what I'm saying? I never slept with nobody except my wife. All right. Put it that way. All right.
You're trying to sound all innocent right now.
When we weren't together. Yeah. I was a thought. I was a thought back in the days.
At least you admit it.
I'm not ashamed to admit, I know I have been a thought since the invention of thoughts. It was, you know, even back in high school, I'm the reason my high school got cameras in their school. They got security cameras because I was smashing chicks in the bathroom and in the auditorium and all that stuff.
You're supposed to be learning.
I was learning. I was learning a lot. I was learning a lot. I was studying anatomy and biology and social psychology and everything else because it was all right. What you gonna do once I leave? And I don't talk to you no more. And or we come walking out this auditorium with the whole school looking at us, knowing what we just did up in this mud, and they gonna look at you crazy. Yeah, that was. Damn, that sounds bad.
It's bad. What if you have a daughter and she meets somebody like you?
Lies. And no kids. Team no kids. FTK.
Yeah.
Team FTK. I'm not doing it because what they say, the kids supposed to be 10 times worse than you were. Mm-hmm. I'm good. I had this talk with my mama the other day. Matter of fact, I told her she, being that I'm in my 30s, not married, no kids, saying successful young man, in my 30s, got my own business, as y'all can see, living that good life out here in Colorado.
This is his advertisement right now.
Side of my DMs, King D Davis, CEO on the gram and Twitter. Holla at your boy. Anyway. Now, I didn't forget what I was saying. I was just a thought. I just know that I was a thought, but I'm good now. I don't have the time and energy with that. So with that, okay, let's talk. Since we both been through the ups and downs of marriage, been through divorce, all that stuff. What is your stance on marriage now?
I would say it's less exciting now. I'm not gonna lie. It used to be one of those things you strive for.
Talk your shit.
But I feel like it's definitely, I'm not against it now, but yeah, the whole not moving in together till you're married.
That's for the birds.
I was I wish we would have, and I would have known a lot.
I should have gave it more time. I don't know, because I'm on the fence. I'm definitely team. I don't think I will get married again, but at the same time, maybe if the right one pop up and she talking her shit the way I really wanted to, because you know me, I'm a handful, I'm a goofball, but I'm about my shit. I'm gonna be on my grind. So yeah, whoever I'm with gotta be able to handle me and be able to handle my lifestyle and shit. So if she really own it, I might consider it. The whole having kids.
Yeah, I think you just have different what's the word? Not priorities, but different, what word am I looking for, D? Requirements?
Yeah, definitely.
All that has changed.
I wouldn't even say it's different requirements. I'm more of, for me personally, I've learned how to be more confident in myself. Yeah. Because I'm not in that church realm and all that stuff no more. I'm not playing this, humble card. Yes, I'm still a humble dude, but I'm not, I'm nothing, I'm nobody. It's all God. And, this and this, X, Y, Z. I know my standards. I know who I am. I know my relationship with God is secure. So if you ain't on their shit, get out my face. I'm happy being by myself. I tell my homeboys this all the time when they going through they women issues. Look, we are the shit. The world is gonna teach you, happy wife, happy life. I don't agree with that. It's happy spouse, happy house. You know what I'm saying? Or tell you, all this stuff that it's all about the woman, that the woman is the prize. No, man, we both are. I'm sorry. I've worked too hard in my life, in my career, and building things up, having my own spot, my cars, business, whatever, for me to lower myself and not hold myself to that standard. You know, so if I'm rocking with somebody, you got to come with it too. Cause I'm sorry. I tell my boys, look, I get my own money. I can cook cook myself. I know how to clean and pay my own bills. Hell, and I can make my damn self nut. So what do you bring to the table? That's, and I had those same thoughts back then. It's just I didn't stand on it.
Do you think like now you can be fully yourself? And so honestly, like in a relationship, you're going to be better, the marriage is going to be completely different because it's not like, oh, well, the church told me this, and this person told me this, and the book told me da-da-da. It's like, no, I really know now. Yeah.
Exactly. This is not taking nothing away from, what church and Christianity teaches.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's at the end of the day, it's all about your relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? And being secure in that. But that's the thing, like in church, we don't talk about this type of stuff. We teach it, it's been taught to not be yourself. Almost brainwash you in a way. And I'm just like, I can't rock with that. I can't. I gotta be me.
With any kind of spirituality or with any kind of group. I mean, you see that a lot, Yeah,
definitely. Okay. So going from Eyes on Me, Hip Hop Hope, being with the guys, man, rocking with us in these streets, that led to Diva Demeanor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Let me get him right real quick because he is gone.
Yeah, he is. He's starting to get a little more fussy.
Come here, boy.
We're going to take a break right quick. We're going to pause. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. Holla. And we are back. Life 4 flash on the Cadillac. Back with a passion on the track. Let me stop. I'm getting back into my rapper bag. All right. So we was talking Diva Demeanor.
Yes.
Or getting into Diva Demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Before nephew had to make his appearance and make his presence known.
Mom life. Hashtag mom life.
Hashtag mom life. You know what I'm saying? Let's go from Eyes on Me, Hip Hop Hope, being one of the only women with the guys, to Thoroughbreds and having y'all Thorough Divas or whatever y'all name was, to you basically was leading that. And then when she left that kind of birth Diva Demeanor. So tell the people, what is Diva Demeanor? What is the mission behind it? What, saying? Get your promo on.
Yeah, so the way it all came about, it was like always in me. I was in church and like I said, I saw the guys, they would always be like out in the community doing outreach, doing all this. And the girls are like, I'm pretty. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I want to start something in the church where it's like, we are just as raw as the guys are, we can still be cute. You can still be a diva. You can still be whatever, have that outer appearance, but we have a purpose in the streets. We have a purpose in the church. We have a purpose here too. It's not just to be cute. Right. And then so I tried to start something there. It never worked. I tried to start, and it's like, I just kept seeing the same thing everywhere I went, just like we talked about with Hip Hop Hope. It was like, okay, all the guys going hard where the girls at.
Right.
Like where's the equivalent? Where's like the female version of Trey 9? Like who is that? Like Facts. They don't exist. You know what I'm saying? I just always felt that void. And so that's where Diva Demeanor came from. The name literally came to me like randomly one night, but the vision, the mission was always there. And basically Diva Demeanor, that's why it started, was to show women that you do have a purpose. And it's not just to sit around and be cute. It's for the girls that were like me, who had that heart, who had that fire, who had that passion, but felt like they didn't really have a place. It was like all the women made you feel crazy. Like, oh, you're just supposed to be a wife and a mother and stay at home. And, you're just supposed to help out your husband. It's like, yeah, we can do that. But like, can we be side by side with them? Can we be out, in the community with them? Can we be out at the outreaches with them? Can we have a purpose too, And so that's where it came about. I definitely, it has evolved a lot. I do.
That it definitely did, from the grassroots to where it's at now.
Yeah, and so I started doing weekly meetings. I called them Diva sessions. So it was like life coaching, which I got my master's degree in counseling. And so it was like life coaching, definitely encouraging women in their purpose, and giving them specific steps, each week to make it. I definitely did a lot of events. I always incorporated a female hip hop artist to come in, that's always been like the backbone of it. So yeah, I always incorporated like a female hip hop artist. I absolutely love it because it's like, to me, it's my personality, because it's like they go hard like the guys, but they're really pretty and they're cute.
Facts.
Yeah, so
Facts. You definitely do. You got the connects on the female artists, man, and they go hard. I am very picky about music and people that I say, yo, you are talented. You got some talented ones that you connected with. I'm like, yo, they make me not want to rap, like for real. But then I'll be like, hey,
See, that's what I want. That's what I want right there. So yeah, it just really evolved into like, the events. Of course, it's gonna be events. It's me. It's gonna be programs that come out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be that. And so yeah, and then it just kind of evolved now more into like the soul work, into really impacting the community, but really starting with yourself first. So it's really like helping women get more in tune with themselves, with their household, like creating a sacred space, you know what I'm saying? Like really healing, community healing. So it's still using hip hop. It's still, about that rawness and all of that, but that's where it's going. So that's Diva Demeanor in a nutshell. You can go to divademeanor.com for more, read up on it, check out some female hip hop artists, follow us on Instagram, all of that. So yeah.
I remember the grassroots for real of Diva Demeanor. The first event for
the
Diva Demeanor, the launch party. Yeah.
I love that. Like it literally was like my vision in my head, like putting it out there on this earth.
Because we did that, who was it? Young Lyric. When we had Young Lyric come out and perform. Yeah. And that was kind of one of the
Angie
first.
Rose was there.
That's right. Angie Rose was there on that one. I remember that Sunday I had to run audio at the church, and that was actually one of the first like big events for the catering that I was doing at the time, because I came through with the chicken and waffles joint with my special serve that they loved. You know what I'm saying? That introduced what was it, Sherelle and her organization and stuff. So shout out to them, man, because I know they out there doing things, and you linked up with them and y'all started doing more stuff. Even going out into feeding the homeless that we used to do, which was ironic for me, because I'm like, wow, how the tables then kind of flipped, because you was like the only woman in the squad, and then I became the only guy rocking with y'all, out there in the streets, man. So how was that like too, going out, feeding the homeless, especially as a woman, going into downtown Houston, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, you know what I'm saying, into some dangerous parts, not knowing what's going to go on, you know what I'm saying? How were y'all able to just walk in there just like, we gonna do this, we got this, we good?
The kind of girls that's with Diva Demeanor aren't scared. I mean, it's not like a naive, not scared, but it's like we literally have been through this before. When you live that kind of life, you see everything as an opportunity, like to shed light, you know what I'm saying? Or to like fill a void. It's like you can be driving. That's how it happened the first time. I was driving to work. It was freezing cold outside, and I looked to my left and there was a homeless guy, and it completely broke my heart. Completely broke my heart. And I was like, after work, I'm getting off and I'm gonna do something about it. So it's like a solutions oriented. When you're thinking about the solution, you're not thinking about like the fear or like the danger behind it. If something breaks your heart, you like, okay, I'm about to go make something happen. Yeah, that was pretty much it on that.
Yeah. I mean, because y'all definitely was doing your thing. That's the best way I could put it. I definitely did have to go in Big Brother mode a couple of times. Like, hey, watch out, watch out, player. Don't get too crazy. But that's something I definitely commend you on, because it wasn't the only other person around that time that, woman that I saw really hitting the streets like that, and especially showing a heart and love for the homeless, was Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With what was I can't even remember the name of it. The what we called it.
Feed a friend.
Feed a friend. That's right. We'll feed a friend. So going from that, because it should even feed a friend. I remember there was times I literally would take the shirt off my back and get to them cats. So that was definitely always, we were always, in my opinion, we see a problem, let's go do something about it. You know what I'm saying? And that also came with the youth, us just being young and having the energy to do it. Now that we, you know what I'm saying? Right, we had the energy, we had the time. So it's like, yo, let's hit these streets, you know what I'm saying? And we're addressing a problem, but it's a temporary solution to a more permanent problem. So now being, 30s and being older and more experienced, and, you know what I'm saying? Now we're creating a more permanent solution to those problems. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see that we both have evolved. Like, you've grown in that way, Diva Demeanor has grown, SoulWork collection. We're addressing more root issues of what's causing this issue. Why are people homeless? Why are people, dealing with trauma, blah, 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 XYZ. We get into the root issues of it, you know what I'm saying, and creating something that's going like, let's change all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's cool. We can go downtown, go get you a sandwich, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Or when I was cooking, give out whole meals. It's cool to do that. We feed you for the night, but what about the other 364 days of the year? And then you still ain't got nowhere to sleep, and you still dealing with your mental health issues, your anger issues, alcoholism, drug problems, blah, 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 all the stuff that we didn't see in the social work, your side, social work and criminal justice on my side. You know what I'm saying? So now that we've kind of grown into that, that leads into, for you, SoulWork, the SoulWork collection, which is some bad, amazing candles and wax incense and everything else is a small part of it, but it's a deeper meaning and purpose behind the SoulWork collection. So what is that in a nutshell? Because I know that's your baby right now.
Yeah, so I mean, it's honestly exactly what you said. When you've been working in social work for so long, or seeing certain things, you notice like, okay, we're giving out bikes, we're giving out backpacks, we're giving out food, but why do we continue to do this, the same thing every single year? Like, there has to be a deeper reason, that this kind of stuff is still happening. And so soul work is really about, it's the fullness of it. It's like healing financially, it's healing as far as like mental health, it's like generational, like family stuff, breaking cycles. And so when you really get people, individuals, to tap into that kind of stuff, it's like, okay, now the community's changing. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people may look at it on the surface and say, oh, well, you're not out in the streets anymore, you're not doing this outreach, or you're not doing that. And it's like, okay, but we are still working, doing the same thing. We're like really trying to get to the things that are under the surface. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not just big flashy things, but like the hard stuff, the stuff that's really under the surface. And with our communities, especially, like mental health is such like a stigma. They're like, we don't go to therapy, we don't do this, we don't, but luckily I feel like now it's like a new wave. I don't know if it's just a trend, but hopefully it's something lasting that, so many Black women now are like, into plants and yoga and Facts. Like, drinking water and eating healthy, and stuff like that. And, really talking about generational trauma, talking about like childhood trauma, things like that. And so I feel like it's a really good thing. And I feel like we need to see more of that. And then our communities are going to start to change. You are going to see like, the homeless population, you're going to see changes there. You're going to see changes in the violence. You're going to see changes in, just everything in the schools, how people view themselves. So that's what, the Soul Work collection really is about.
I don't even think it's a trend. It better not be. It may be a trend amongst certain cultures,
Yeah.
Let me say there may be a trend among certain cultures, but in the Black community, especially for us millennials, this is life for us. That's what we about now. Like that's what we've always been about. It's just we're tapping into it and speaking up on that of like, why should I just keep my mouth shut and follow what the old generation said? You know what I'm saying? Well, this is just how it is. Like, nah, we question it.
We're
We gonna
creating
figure it
something new
out.
now.
Yeah, we creating something new. So I don't even think it is a trend. I think this is like legit the new thing. Like we are taking over the world. This is how it's gonna be. Y'all about to die anyway, so shut up. Let us do what we do and raise our kids the way we want to raise our kids and create a different world, because we are that middle generation. We're the last that's seen the birth of technology. We seen that. Kids coming up after us, that's all they've known is the world of technology, life, and social media, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't see pre MySpace, pre cell phones. You know what I'm saying? The old school house phone. We didn't seen all that. You know what I'm saying? So we're that bridge to kind of tie that old generation thinking into the new way of all. That's all they know. So they don't know how to honor that past and their heritage. You know what I'm saying? And really address those issues. You know, so it's dope. That's definitely dope what SoulWork is doing. I gotta get me some add to my candle collection, put out here in the office. You know what I'm saying? I definitely was about to get some when you first dropped them, and then I went on the website and everything was gone. So that's how fast they be selling out. So what's the website for that as well?
So it's the same thing as Demeanor.com. Everything is on there.
Bad. All right. So since I know Asir is doing what he got to do, we gonna throw this one last thing in here, and then we gonna let you go be your mother. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, handle life. All right. So, I was watching the Selena series, and I know you peeped it. I know you had to have been watching the Selena on Netflix.
Was it part 1 or part 2?
Part 2 has already came out. It came out the other day.
Yeah, I only saw like 1 episode of part 2.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't watch the whole. You know, I be up on my shows, man. I'll be catching this. I don't watch the whole thing, and that Yolanda Saldivar. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand her. You know, yeah, I ain't gonna tell. I almost cried because my anger side wanted to click in. Like, I can't believe you killed Selena like this. You know what I'm saying? G, like, you can catch these hands real quick. I don't hit women, but I hit you type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So they got me thinking, like, if there was a celebrity or, that we can bring back that meant that much to us, because Selena meant the world to us, who would you bring back? And these are your choices, because I know you, so I'm going to give you your choices.
Okay.
Selena. Left Eye. And Aaliyah. You know I had to do it to you. Who you bringing back?
Okay, so honestly, in my heart, I'm like Aaliyah fanatic, so I would say her. But I feel like in our culture, like you said, bring back right now,
yeah,
like during this time.
Bring them back.
I feel like
they
during
come
this
back,
time,
they get to work, everything.
I feel like at this time in our world, I would say Left Eye.
Really?
Because of like where she left off. I feel like she could really make a huge impact right now.
Thanks.
Even if it's not like through her music, just like through like her teaching, through like interviews, through maybe if she was like on social media right now. You never know. And I feel like she would fit perfectly right now, with everything that's going on with the stuff we just talked about as far as like the direction everything is going. Yeah, I definitely would love to see that right now.
Left Eye would kill the game right now, especially with social media. Left Eye would kill it.
She would really be educating, and she was so like unique, so dope. Everybody would be following her. So yeah,
Left Eye to me is like the female Tupac.
To me, she rapped just like him, to be honest.
Facts. Like, she helped bring awareness to Dr. Sebi, everything. Like, it was because of Left Eye. She brought, wow. Thought for sure you would have said Aaliyah. Hey, I
Like I
thought
said,
for
in my heart, that's my girl. So I'm like, yeah. At first thought, that's before you gave me the ABC choices. I was like, Aaliyah, I already know. Go ahead and ask your question. I already know. But yeah, I feel like in this, I'm not gonna be biased.
okay.
Because that would be selfish because I want Aaliyah for me.
Me
But I feel
too.
like shut up. But I feel like in this
Hey,
culture,
I cried August 25th. I know the date. I cried.
I did too.
I
Hard.
cried because
My
one, it
daddy
was
was
my
like, "Are
little
you
sister birthday.
okay?"
It was my little sister birthday, and then at the same time, I had the biggest crush on Aaliyah. I'm like, I am going to marry this chick. She is dope. She is dope, yo. So that, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Dang, I cried on all three of them actually. I'm
No,
soft.
the only celebrity death, yeah, that I really took to heart and I cried. I think it's because I was so young. I don't know, but it was definitely Aaliyah.
Really? What about Mike? You ain't cried when Michael Jackson died? I
I
cried.
was just in shock. I was at the
I
nail
cried.
shop when it happened.
I cried.
Everybody in the whole nail shop was like looking at the TV,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I cried. I watched his funeral online. I actually, they had tickets and stuff to go to the funeral. I had tickets, but I couldn't get there. Couldn't get to them. I had to. I was mad like a mother. But yeah, I cried for him and I cried for Whitney. Matter of fact, when Whitney Houston died, I was in for her funeral. I was in Dallas, getting ready to go on a date. God dog, I was a thought. I was getting ready to go on a date, and me and her both were on the phone with each other watching Whitney Houston's funeral at the same time. It was like, oh my God, they preaching up in this mug. Yeah, it was something else. All right. As dope as this has been, and we could talk for hours and hours and hours. We're gonna keep it and wrap it up, keep it going, keep it pushing. Let the folks know where can they find you at and what you currently working on.
So you can find me on Instagram. My personal Instagram is at Jas JASX Diva. And
if you're a
also
dude, don't follow her. If you're a dude, don't follow us. You're expecting her to follow you back because she ain't gonna do it.
Because yikes, you're gonna get your feelings hurt.
That's right.
Follow ladies, if you dope, I'm gonna follow you back. And then definitely go to Diva Demeanor. That is at Diva Demeanor. Of course, divademeanor.com.
I'm gonna work my magic somehow, and I'm gonna put it in the.
It's gonna be there.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna do some TV magic stuff, and I'm gonna get it right there. Yeah, or underneath her. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely follow me there. And definitely look out for more things. I don't want to say it yet, but for the SoulWork collection, like I said, it is not just the candles and the incense and everything like that. That's just the beginning. That's the funding aspect. Facts. But really be looking for that community healing.
Facts. I mean, there's one more. We didn't even talk about it, but yo, she is an author, yo. She has books.
Yes, on Amazon.
Amazon. Go get them books.
Yes, the title is Beautiful Corpse. Yes, Beautiful Corpse. So just type in Jasmine Woodson, Beautiful Corpse. It is definitely, that was birthed out of, when I was working with the girls in the community. It's excerpts from my journal. It is coaching prompts, therapeutic prompts. It is different stories, different poetry. So definitely, and it all ties into Diva Demeanor, just being more than a pretty face, really healing from a lot of the stuff that you've been through, finding your true purpose, finding, what really makes you fully you.
All right, yo, I had to threaten her to put that book out too, by the way, because she was not putting it out at first. I had to, if you don't put this out, but welcome once again, man. Thank you, Jasmine Woodson. We are here on the Royal Bosses podcast. She is part of the Royal fam. She is welcome at anytime you want to stop by, you want to promote, whatever, you want to just come and talk some shit. We got you. Love you as always, y'all. We out, man. Royal Bosses podcast. I am your host, D Davis. D Davis. What's my social media? King D Davis CEO on Twitter and Instagram. Again, this is sponsored and brought to you by the Dwayne Davis Career Consulting LLC company, which is all on social media. Dwayne Davis Career Consulting on Facebook. Dwayne Davis Career Consulting on Instagram, and D Davis Career LLC on Twitter, and Dwayne Davis Career Consulting.com. We love you. We'll catch you next week. Holla.